James Gang Radio is live with our latest edition. Today we have on a very special guest. He is a MC from the West Coast. West Coast back in the house and giving us much love again. This gentleman is one of the most underrated people on the West Coast, if not the most underrated. He's a superstar in the making. To me, he's a superstar now. Bishop Lamont. I'd like to welcome Bishop Lamont to James Gang Radio. Bishop, it is wonderful to have you here.
Thank you for having me, brother. And shouts out to Cocaine for connecting us.
Yeah, big shout out to Cocaine, Hutch, all them cats, you know. We know all the same cats, so it's all good. Right. So, like I said, I'm certain things I want to talk about and I'll stay away from, but everybody knows you as as the guy who was on Aftermath for several years, signed to Dr. Dre, and we won't get into that much, but
I mean that's old news. But you ask what you want, but that's a billion years ago now, man. We're talking over a decade ago, so
yeah,
the past is the past. But if there's something to bring light to, we bring it to it. But honored to serve. Great times then, but better times now. So
right.
That's how I look at it.
Right. No, I was just bringing. I was catching
up to speed.
Yeah, I was catching them up to speed. Fast forwarding, and I was fast tracking it just a little bit. So apologies for that.
No apologies.
But you were over there for several years, and you had the album out, the Reformation. One thing I want to bring up is the 8 albums that you dropped that were for free,
right?
And didn't charge a thing for. I mean, like, you had album after album just coming out for free. I mean, what's that like? I mean, just dropping music after music after music, or does that say where we are in the game as far as sales and stuff? Because people don't look at the same stuff they used to.
I kind of saw it coming of where the music business was going with the digital platform starting to emerge, and just the way that people were bootlegging music and people were getting music anyway. But that it's kind of like get one free, buy one. I did it in reverse, and I wanted to give the fans what they had been so patiently waiting for. That's 2005 to almost 2009 of being on that label. So you're looking at almost 5 years of my life, you know what I'm saying? So my thing was, all the bureaucracy, all the politics, all the being held back, I wanted to give them music. So every time we're cutting stuff and we're getting denied a release date, we're getting backed up, and we gotta wait for this, we gotta wait for that. I just wanted to give people great music, because when I looked at, when you look at the history of Aftermath, there's a million artists that the world's never heard of. I was privy to see these artists because I was over there working, ghost producing, ghost writing, working on my own stuff. Whatever the task was, I was doing it. So I saw that those that never made noise and waited on the machine are having careers that are in unmarked graves, and the world will never know about the most brilliant artists. So for me, I knew I had to put music out regardless of that, and that's what sustained me, and that's what gave me more light and gave me more traction. So that's why it stands the test of time, and it's nebulous still because there's so many people that never heard those albums. So at the same time, those that did, it kept their faith, it kept their attention, it kept them supporting while going through all the angst and the bull that was going on over there. So that was really the ultimate goal for giving them Nigger Noise and giving them Pope Mobile, giving them Cow Choice, giving them The Confessional, giving them Shawshank Redemption, on and on and on. So that was my focus. I care, and I want my fans to care. And so that was the result. So I'm thankful, man.
Yes, as we are too.
Thank you.
As Bishop Lamont fan, yes, absolutely. I was going to ask you. Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought I lost you there for a second. My bad. A story that I had heard. I didn't know the details. It was an interesting story, and I wanted to ask you about it. I didn't know if you don't want to talk about it. It's fine. But it was just a nice little story. It was about D12's Proof helping you hand out a tape when you were just coming up or just got signed or something.
Yeah, way before I was signed. I posted it on my Instagram around Proof's um, it was either his birthday or anniversary. I don't remember what it was of his passing. But when I first met Proof on a video set of a D12 shoot, a mutual friend, I think it was that Cats introduced me to him. And he instantly never forgot my name. I happened to have my Who I Gotta Kill to Get a Record Deal mixtape. This brother took me around the set and handed out copies with me and introduced me to other artists from D12 and just, industry cats on the set and whoever was there in earshot. He made sure that they knew who I was, and he made sure that I left there handing out all my mixtapes, and he made me feel so comfortable there. And every time I saw that brother thereafter, it was always the same love. I mean, it got even more immense, but he never forgot my name. So forever, I'm ingratiated to him and honored that I got to know him. I hate we never got to do a song. And when he passed, I had to go to Detroit to pay my last respects and be at the funeral because he impacted my life like he's impacted so many. And to see Proof do what he did for him, do it for me, and as he's done it for so many other people all over the place that have stories to tell you about Proof, it was an honor and a privilege.
Oh, yeah.
So, I keep his name alive, and I always let people know, that was a great dude.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, we've had a lot of the D12 guys on the show here.
Good brothers.
Yeah, one of the manager of Swift's manager is actually a good friend of a real tie with him. So yeah, we try to plug them every chance we get.
Yes, sir.
Good guys. Yeah. That was he was cut down way too early. There's like so many before him.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, we lost Dilla and we lost Proof, and that was back to back funerals. It was a real bad time in real life and a real bad time for hip hop. So definitely, but I'm appreciative because Detroit impacted my career and my culture. My understanding of hip hop, it would never be what it is without having Proof and having Dilla, having Barkan, Slum Village and M and Royce. Like it goes deep. So I'm appreciative. I always let people know that. Elzai, so many brilliant people.
That's dope, man. That's a dope story. And that's a not exclusive, but it's a real dope story right here on James Gang Radio. Bishop, I wanted to ask you something. As a student of hip hop, what do you feel about the game today? What do you feel about the culture of it today? And how it's changed?
I feel about it the same way I felt about it back then when I started. When you deal with the business, you're gonna be disappointed. You're gonna be disgusted with it. You're gonna be sick of the politics and the compromise that is so costly to people's soul and to their integrity and to their art. So when it comes to the business side, I have no respect for it. There are some good people in it, and they fight to do great business, and they fight to keep the traditions and the culture alive. Everything changes and everything has to evolve. But when it moves forward without, the foundation and the principles and, respecting, just quality music, that's a whole different conversation, especially when they know what they're doing on purpose. You kind of see it, because it's corporations behind it now. It's not what it used to be when it was just people from their neighborhoods or whatever walk of life being journalists and reporting through poetry, over beats and through their videos representing where they're from, giving you a glimpse into their life on an everyday basis. But now it's just like, it's like Kroger products. It's like, food for less. It's like whatever. We're going to try to give you whatever we can sell you. I don't care how trash it is. We're going to sell it to you. Inflate the prices. However, whatever, we don't care because the bottom line is we're just trying to make money off of something until it dries up. And so that's what you have in the business now where, you don't have guardians of the gate anymore. You don't have people who take the time to make sure that, the music can be its best quality. The people representing in the music are of the best quality and have done their 10,000 hours or more to really, give something substantial to the music world. And believe me, there's always been whack artists and there always will be. But at the level of it now, there's no filters and there's no holds barred. You know what I mean? So that's what I think about it in a nutshell. But let it be because it goes in cycles. What goes around comes around. So there's still amazing artists on the underground scene, and there's some artists on the mainstream. But again, there's always the challenge of the music being compromised and them having to sacrifice, because it's always a question of when you see these people, what did they have to sacrifice? what did they have to give up of themselves? Are they really doing it the way they want to, or is that just an act? Are they really happy? Is this really them? So it goes a lot of ways, especially because I know it from the inside. So I look at it totally a different way from how, regular people as fans or amateur artists look at what the business is now. Sorry for the long answer. There's chapters to it, but
it's all good.
also optimistic. I'm also very optimistic about the direction because with the social networks and with being able to do things on a digital level and out the trunk again, I call it the digital trunk, having freedom.
Right.
Really understanding and how to utilize this new technology and really being tech savvy and understanding the business is creating a lot of moguls that are free of the matrix, and then those that can even plug in the matrix and jump out when they need to. So it's a lot of great strides. So I would never say, I would be remiss to say that it's all terrible. It's a lot of good in it. It's a lot of good in it. You just got to find it, and you got to know where that is, and that's what I'm about.
There you go. That's a good answer.
That has chapters. Very good. It has a lot of chapters, but that's the blanket statement.
It is. I mean, like I said, it's like I said, most people would just say, well, this, but that was pretty deep. That was pretty deep. It was deep and intellectual and thoughtful. And,
thank you, sir.
And
thank
good.
you, sir.
Yes, you're welcome, sir. One more question here.
As many as you have, brother.
Yeah. If you could work with a producer in the game right now, who would it be?
I've really been spoiled throughout my career, so there's really not that many people left that I'm interested in working with. Me and Premier have talked about doing some things, so that'll definitely happen. Me and Pete Rock. I just got to work with Diamond D finally in Atlanta when we were out there for the A3C festival. I still want to do something with Salam Remy. I've been talking to DJ Pooh. I've worked with so many, and I'm very fortunate that I'm happy with the cats I already work with. I'm kind of spoiled. When you have a DJ Khalil, and you have a Mark Batson, you have a Paul Cabin, you have a Knots. You really don't need more than a mailman, a Focus. You really don't care. High tech, but right. I don't know. I just let it happen. But it's a lot of great people out there that working with Alchemists, I've got to rock with a lot of great people. So I'm really spoiled. So now it's not even like what producer do I want to. It's just who vibes well and who can I achieve something brilliant with? Who can I challenge myself with, and we create another pyramid? Like I always like to look at music as pyramids. We want things to stand the test of time. We don't want them to get, demolitioned in a few years and then there's a mini mart there. We want it to be something that people will marvel at, for time to come. Like, how people look at Earth, Wind and Fire, people look at Marvin Gaye, people look at OJ's, Four Tops, Temptations, Stevie Wonder. I'm focused on that. So it's not even about names. It's just like, man, just creative, original people who really care about the heartbeat and the quality of the music. That's what I really hone in on, and that's what I care about most. It's just great music,
Oh, most definitely. And there's so many out there.
So many.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rick Rubin. Rick Rubin. I mean, it's a few
Rubin, yeah,
still on the list, but I don't even look. I run into a lot of great people, and if the energy is there and we just come together, then we in the studio. So I'm just I'm a student and I'm a fan first always. So whatever that excitement is, and that fanboy action is how I usually get in the studio. It's like, man, I feel like a kid all over again, and I'm excited about what we can create. That's the bottom line, living in the moment and creating something really powerful, as unique and sincere as possible. That's what I look for.
Yeah, most definitely. It sounds like somebody I don't know. Me getting there with all these people. I wouldn't know what to do. Walk backwards. But I'd love to see down the road Bishop Lamont, maybe DJ Quick.
we've already done songs together, actually.
I mean, some more.
Oh yeah, I mean that's always there. You know, I mean it's just on time, but it's like, you know, that's there. I gotta see it. Me and Daz. I've known Daz for a billion years, and me and Daz have never done a song together. You know, me and Corrupt and Daz, and those are heroes of mine. And I grew up being around them all the time and working on our demos in the garage, Mixed House. So those have always been, you know, big heroes of mine and mentors and inspiration. So I definitely want to see a Daz Diligent joint. If I can think of anybody else that I've been wanting to rock with, yeah, maybe Rockwilder. Me and Rockwilder have known each other for a great amount of time, and we've never got to do anything. It's a lot of great guys out there. I don't want to forget anybody's name, but I run into these cats, you know, here and there at functions or in studios. They be in another room. It's like, yo, what's up? And then, you know, we go from there. But I think there's a little wish list left of people that inspire me. Rick Rock, definitely. Me and Jelly Roll got to do something again. See, now you got me going through the Christmas list, the grocery list. But it's a lot of brilliant cats, man. So I don't want to forget anybody. Me and Scoop DeVille got to do more at some point because he's just. I love working with people that I really love, that I really respect. That we're brilliant, you know, in the studio, but we're fun and it's sincere and it's dope outside of the studio. We don't have to even be doing music and we're hanging out. And Scoop is one of those cats. You know what I mean? That's what it was for us many moons ago. So, you know, Apathy is an incredible producer. We've done stuff, got to do more. I mean, it's too many. I'm going to shut up. It's a lot, man.
You good, man. No, you all good, man. Well, when I was talking about Quick earlier, yeah, I knew you did a couple tracks in it, but he had done, like him and Corrupt had that whole project together. And I think him and Scarface are doing like a whole project together.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I was referring to. I was like, I'd love to see a Bishop Lamont, DJ Quick project together. That'd be great. I mean, and it's funny you mentioned Daz. He's been on the show several times on this show.
Shouts out to Daz.
Shout out to Daz and Daz, Corrupt, all Dog Pound, RBX on here, you know,
yep.
Badass, Superfly, all those guys. But yeah, and I'd love to hear that too. You over a Daz joint, yeah. Oh, let's be.
And over Superfly beat. I mean, Superfly.
Oh yeah, Superfly.
I mean, he's so amazing. So, you know, it's a lot of dope cats. It's just running into them, man, because these guys are legends and these guys are wizards and they possess something that you can't get unless you go to them, you know. So that's what I want, and they have such a signature West Coast style, and that's what I look for, is that signature powerful, you know, sound that only we can create on the West Coast. Just like when I rock with my East Coast counterparts, there's a sound that only Premier can do, that Pete Rock can do, that Lloyd Finesse can do, that Buck Wild can do, that Easy Mo B can do, that Eric Sermon, Hilly Hill, you name it, only they can do it. And so I want that. I'm tired of all these copycats. I'm tired of all these people having the same sound. You can't tell who's who. Everybody raps the same. Everybody's got the same beats. Everybody got the same hooks, auto-tune. Everybody's got the same subject matter. But when you deal with MC8 or Dub C or Lady of Rage, you know, on and on, you just have signature, powerful, amazing music. You know, DJ Quick, like that's the stuff I'm after. I want to be able to tell the difference again. You know when you hear a Scarface song, you know when you hear an Outkast song, or Goody Mob, or Jay-Z, or Nas, you know, or Souls of Mischief, you know, or Keep the Sneak, or whoever you want to say, you know, Selly Cell, Spice One, whatever you want to bring up, it was signature. And so we need that again, just for me personally. I'm not trying to tell everybody else what to do, but I love when you can tell a Bishop Lamont record always stand out in the crowd like a sore thumb, other than I can't tell who this is, you know, until you look at whatever the SoundCloud or whatever the MP3 says. I'm really interested in that. Long-winded, my bad. I'm quiet.
No. You're good. Everything you said was right. Like I said, every artist you named, I was like, yeah, damn, that's my shit right there. That's my dudes, you know. And,
yes, sir.
And like you said, yeah, all these new cats, and some are really good. I ain't taking talent away from anybody, but like a lot of it's just goddamn mumble rap, you know? Like you rapping about the same shit, you know?
And they got to go through their growing pains, and since, you know, everybody lives on the internet now, you know, when we were coming up, I was fortunate that the internet had not taken total control yet, and so people still really were from New Jersey, or really were from Brooklyn, or really were from Sacramento, or from San Diego, or from Detroit. Now everybody lives on the internet, and by that I mean they get all their styles off the internet. They just look at whatever's on YouTube, whatever's on SoundCloud, and they rap like what they hear. Back in the day, when Bone came out, we knew that was Cleveland. So it's like you need identity again, because somebody coming from Brooklyn is sounding like they're where are they from? And they're like, oh no, I thought they were from they're from Brooklyn, or word they're from Jersey. You can't tell. So again, there has to be a distinction, and that's what Redman gave us, and continues to give us, and Artifacts gave us, and Lords of the Underground, Keith Murray, like. You could tell the difference. Cats are representing on their own platforms, but they were unique. I could tell the difference between Def Squad, and Fugees, and the Roots, and Boogie Monsters, or whoever you want to say, or Organized Confusion, or De La Soul, Trap Call Quest. So they're but there's a lot of dope underground artists that are that, and so they're carrying the torch in that way. So that's what I'm after all the time. It's just like, where are the unique, genuine articles, originators of some really innovative stuff that challenges what you're doing over here. You're like, oh word, that's what y'all doing over there. What we doing this over here. We need those again, instead of everybody trying to chase the same golden goose with the same sound, the same patterns. There's so many cats that sound like Future. There's so many cats that sound like Drake. There's so many cats that sound like the Migos. There's so many cats that sound like Kendrick now. So many cats that sound like Anderson .Paak. Like, it's just terrible. But whatever.
Well, you're right. You're 100% right. It's just
called
sad.
Fighting. This was illegal back in the day.
It was, yeah. Somebody else mentioned that. Called Big Hutch mentioned that. He said you couldn't do that back in the day.
Right.
You couldn't bite somebody else. I mean, you'd probably get called. I mean, 90s hip-hop, you'd get called out for that. Somebody might even come see you.
But it's not in control by the artist anymore. It's corporations, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Because Pepsi's over here, Coke is over here. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to mention. It's all sodas. They don't care. It's all fast food. It's like whatever. We're just trying to sell it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, that's what's hot over there. Okay, we got to compete with that with our own kind of product, and that's how it works. So when there's no filters and there's no control, there's no conscience about it. There's no integrity about it. There's no self-respect. There's no respect, then you get that. Those are the results. When the people in control of the art form never gave a shit about the art form to begin with. This music wasn't supposed to last, The reason why I called the original album Nigger Noise is because that's how they felt about it. It was nigger noise. What are these ghetto bastards? What are these criminals, these drug dealers? What is this bullshit? They're talking over sampled records. No, that's the Bee Gees. That's so-and-so. Why are these niggers rapping over, what is this rap thing? And then look what it became. A multi-billion-dollar business that's at the forefront now. So then they came on deck because they could use it to make money. So now we're, not in control of what we created. That's how it always works. And so the art form can be raped and pillaged and morphed into something that it was never meant to be. But again, everything goes through cycles. So I remain optimistic. I'm a dreamer. Shout out to John Lennon. I'm a dreamer, man. I believe in things being able to change. As bad as things get, they can do the adverse and get good and get great. So I'm always standing there, and that's how I think.
That's awesome, man. I'm going to talk about you for a minute. What you got going on personally, and before I get to the final stages. What's Bishop Lamont doing? What's he got going on right now? Is he working on any music? Is he doing any tours? Has he got anything coming up?
We're putting together some tours.
Is he starring in any movies?
What'd you say, bro?
Is he starring in any movies with Denzel? I mean,
It's coming. Okay.
Training Day 2.
Right. I'm definitely starting to get my feet wet in the acting thing. It's always been something I wanted to pursue. So, I'm definitely going to be getting real busy next year on that front.
I can't wait.
Always working on music, working on a new album called Tunnel Vision. I've been working on it for a while. I'm just really taking my time. I care about the process. I care about the quality of music. After we finally did the reformation, I needed a break. I needed to decompress because coming off of that and really creating something really, 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 really great, I needed a break. So I've just been taking my time to figure out which direction tunnel vision goes in, that's totally different from what the reformation is, because you see a lot of artists and all their albums sound the same. I prefer to do like one of my favorite groups, Outkast, and what they did the same every time was they always were different. So I take their lead and go, I want to continue to create and craft unique experiences. When you listen to Stevie Wonder's body of work, there was always a different installment. And that's what I like to pursue. You know, you listen to Sade's music or whoever you want to bring up, Prince. I look to those greats. You listen to Jefferson Airplane or Fleetwood Mac. There was always variations. It always went somewhere else. You know, you listen to Steely Dan. So I'm always there when I'm looking at how to create music, because I want it to last like that last. Like you look at Pink Floyd, you look at the Wall album, and it's just like wow, you know. So
I love it. I love that album.
I'm there. So television, and then I ran into Mad Lib. Shouts out to Otis. Shouts out to Egon. We were hanging out at a Wu Tang show, and he was like, "Yo, you know, we overdue to do an album together." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I'm working on a album with Mad Lib called Mad Bishop. You know, I'm Tupacing a little bit, so I'm going from thing to thing because I don't believe in putting things off for tomorrow. So I'm getting in a great headspace where I'm just working on different projects. So Tunnel Vision, Mad Bishop, me and Razkaz are teaming up to do an album called Kill Yourself. Me and Ryu from Styles of Beyond are working on a project called Bad Cop, Bad Cop. It's a lot of dope stuff. I'm gonna stop there. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but it's a lot of great music coming. Probably some mixtapes too. I burnt myself out on mixtapes a long time ago when I first started, and it became so oversaturated that I got bored with it. I felt like Andre 3000 is about rapping. Now he's like, "No, I don't want to rap. I'm bored." He was so futuristic. So it's some ideas I have that I was discussing with DJ Pooh and Battle Cat about doing on the mixtape side. So it's going to be a lot of great content and quality music. And my thing is to raise the bar again. The bar is so low now that you can just step over it in a lot of ways. So my thing is just to start to inject high quality things with content, things with a theme, with a premise. So it's a lot of great stuff on that level. And then what's most and dear to my heart right now is community work. Like in the times that we live in and the political climate and everything going on, and most people are afraid to talk about politics. I don't call it politics, I call it livelihood. And that's the bullshit that we have to get away from. Stop making them make you uncomfortable talking about what affects your life directly. And even when you're sleeping and what you don't know about the sleight of hand that's going on. So I'm very involved in my city of Carson on many different levels, and you know, police relationship in the community, with our homeless epidemic that's going on here in Los Angeles and elsewhere. There's a lot of things that I'm involved in, and that's what's most dear to my heart, because so many rappers want to claim their cities and say they love their cities, but I don't see them fixing their cities. Right. With the exception of somebody like Chance the Rapper, who's putting his money where his mouth is, and I think he's so exceptional.
Yes, he is.
More artists should step up and go, okay, if you love your hood, then make it a neighborhood again. If you love your streets, then fix those streets. If you love your people, then fix these schools. You know, if there's such issues with the police, guess what? We have to go out there and deal with the police ourselves, because they're human beings too. Not all of them are bad. I know a lot of good brothers and sisters on the force that have to deal with a lot of bureaucracy and bullshit from the inside.
Absolutely.
Like anything.
You're absolutely right.
So that's what I'm about. You know what I mean? I like being involved in my community. I like being involved with, you know, the future. So we do a lot of stuff with the kids and with the youth centers. It's a lot of stuff that I like to be involved in, because one of my heroes is Harry Belafonte, and you know, I get the opportunity and the blessing to see him every now and again, and his daughter Gina Belafonte, shout out to Sankofa, and I get to have inspiration and guidance in how I should be about, you know, with my life. I believe in servitude. Servitude is my attitude. I'm a servant first. I'm a fan first. I'm also a servant when it comes to our fellow, you know, men and women and our babies, and, you know, what we leave behind. Everything is so selfish nowadays that people forget that it's not about you alone. There's a whole world here. It's always funny when people always ask, are we alone in this universe? Who gives a fuck about that? There's 8 billion people here. What are we doing with the people here? So that's what's at the focal point for me, is a lot of reform in our own communities, because we can't deal with the nation until we deal with ourselves. You have to deal with your own household. You have to deal with your own street, with your own neighborhood, your own community, your own city. And if everybody pitches in from that level and does it themselves instead of worrying about fuck Donald Trump or Pence or fucking Hillary or whoever you want to talk about, I don't give a fuck about none of them. Right. I care about the people that are really out here. And so we have to make the decisions. Stop leaving it up to people that don't give a shit about you. Stop having these mascots. Oh, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, I'm an independent. No, you're a fucking human being. And what we're facing, we're all facing together, with the exception of those that are above it and are puppeteering it. So that's where I focus all of my energy. I've always been this way. So now I'm really stepping into it where I can really be active, where I'm more aware and I'm more educated and I'm in the right circles to really make a difference. So that's what Bishop Lamont, in a nutshell, is really focused on most. I love music. I'll do music till I can't do music anymore, but what I'll definitely do all of my life until my heart starts beating is be involved in change. Social change, local change, whatever you want to say. I will make sure that I have a great legacy and that I've touched enough lives and a lot of people that I'll never meet around the world, but I will make a difference because that's the gift of life. And when we have the gift that God gives us, we should share them and we should help others that want help. And that's what it is for me.
You're absolutely right. I agree with you about 100% on everything you just said.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, I'm not just saying that because you're on the show. I mean, you hit it. You hit it on the head, man. I mean, like I said, yeah, fuck all this other shit, the dumb shit, and, it don't matter R or D, Republican, Democrat, and, all this other stuff, fix what's going on right here,
Right.
Don't worry about what's going on everywhere else. Yeah. Sweep off your own. They used to say sweep off your own front porch, You got to sweep off your own front porch. So let's worry about what's going on here, Or, here in Tennessee or here in California, Because
it's all just people. And all these issues that they're trying to distract you with and they're trying to make it such a huge fucking performance about, it's not that fucking difficult.
That's it.
Good and bad people. Cut that bullshit out. Stop trying to talk about race wars and this, that, and the third. The only war that's going on is the attack on the poor. Since they've already destroyed middle class damn near, okay,
yes,
there's only the rich and the poor. There's an attack on jobs. There's an attack on healthcare. Yes. There's so much bullshit going on and people get caught up in the bullshit. They keep sending our people over to fight wars that are not real wars. There's so much shit. We have veterans that come back here that can't get any love. It's not thank you for your service, it's thank you for your sacrifice. There's so much shit that they're not paying attention to on purpose. Where are our jobs going?
Right.
Foreigners are not taking our jobs. These corporations are giving them our jobs.
Right.
And let's stop talking about foreigners and it's their fault. They can't get the jobs unless they're given the jobs.
That's it.
There's
That's
a lot
100%
of things.
right.
You know what I mean? So I don't want to make this a whole other kind of conversation to talk about music, but for me, music is life. Life is music. So we have to start, giving people the understanding that you have a voice.
Yeah.
Use it. You have power. Use it.
Yeah.
Don't think that you're helpless. All this being inactive and just being on Twitter or being on Instagram or being on Facebook, that will never be enough. You have to get out there. You have to make a difference. I'm not telling you to go tackle mountains. Like you said, sweep off your own porch. It starts there. But look to yourself and look to each other for the real solutions. Because these cats in these offices, these cats in these suits, they're full of shit. They're full of shit for the most part. And those that are really trying to work something out, they really can't because it's about compromise. You get in there and you think you're going to change something. They're like, no, what the fuck you going to give me? And we'll do this little dog and pony show, but you're not really changing shit. So you have to do it from the outside. We have to command. And so that's what it is for me. I don't mix any words and I'm not for the bullshit.
No,
Message.
No. Politics is the art of compromise. And there you go. That's what it is. It's the art of compromise. Yeah, but
right.
Yeah. But when we do our political roundtable next time on the James Gang roundtable for politics, we'll have you on. I'll do my Bill Maher thing. I get my Bill Maher, and we'll do it like that. How about that, Bishop?
I'm with it, bro. Because we gotta let them know it's livelihood. They call it politics, and that makes everybody's dick go soft. And it's just not hot, so we gotta make it sexy. It's livelihood. It's livelihood. Stop falling for the tricks. It's livelihood. We have to be involved.
Oh man, yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Bishop Lamont, anything else you want to say? You want to add?
No, just thank you for having me, man, and just everybody that's tuned in to listen. Thank you for supporting the show and supporting me over the years and continuing to support me and just 10,000 hours. Put in the real work to be great, and stop at nothing for it, and have no excuses. I think that's the greatest advice I can give you. Have no excuses. Have no illusions about the hard work that is required. Have no illusions about how much intestinal fortitude you must have to really achieve what you want. In a world that you're against, where they don't want you to have it, they look at artists as racehorses, and they're going to race you until they fucking break your leg, and they're going to turn you into glue. And I always have more horses to race. And the same cycle will repeat, so you have to realize where you stand. It's so important to understand the business. There's no excuse. You can Google everything. So you should have these business books. You should really learn every aspect of it. You shouldn't be lazy. This is not a business where you should be lazy.
No.
So that's my advice. And just keep on rocking. That's it.
Bishop Lamont, he's the man, y'all.